With only 6 nominees to choose from, it really limits my pool, so I need to make sure I'm making the right choice. I feel like I have good relationships with half of the defender team, which leaves me with a few options to put up on the block. I am taking into consideration what the house wants, but at the same time, I need to look out for my game. As head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. Since my team, Team Destiny, is safe for the week, I will be selecting my nominees from Team Defender. My first nominee is Josh. My second nominee is Kiefer. I've chosen to nominate you, Josh, because you've created a lot of chaos in the house over the past week. You've thrown a lot of names out, and I'm not 100% sure where your loyalties lie. I've chosen to nominate you, Kiefer, because you haven't spoken any game up until today, and you were also really calling me out from the sidelines during the HOH competition. I hope you both understand that this is completely game. It is not personal. I like and respect you both, and I encourage you to fight hard for that POV. It is early in the week. As we know, anything can happen. This nomination ceremony is now complete.
Let's be real, last week it was looking very likely that I was going to be the one going home, but got myself out of that pickle, and I'm excited to do that again.
It sucks being on the block, but sitting next to Josh is my best case scenario. He burned a ton of bridges last week. I'm up, but I'm not out. I'm ready to fight like hell in that POV. There's no chance you've seen the last of me.
Will Josh or Kiefer win the power of veto? Find out Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
From the first hour of my HOH, I knew what I was gonna do with my nominations. People might think I'm here to party, but I'm here to play the game. I have a mission. I have a target that I need to get out. I don't want my HOH to be a waste. Let the games begin. As head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. My first nominee is Kiefer. My second nominee is LaToya. I've chosen you, Kiefer, because it came to my attention that you used my name in a lie to further your relationship with another house guest. I'm sorry, but I just can't have that happening. I've chosen you, LaToya, because I believe you played a small role in a lot of the flip-flopping that's been going on in this house. And I just can't have that on my HOH. I hope this tells you how important it is to keep my name out of your mouth. Good luck in the POV, stay real, because things are about to get spicy. This nomination ceremony is complete.
Even though there's 2 sunsetters on the block right now, we're down, but we're not out, and we are ready to fight for this. Working under pressure is what I do best, so let's go.
Being put on the block is a horrible feeling. I'm stressed. I don't know how much I have left in the tank, and I'm gonna fight to stay. That's all there is to it. But it's hard. It's really hard.
Who will win the power of veto? Will Kiefer or LaToya fight their way off the block? Find out Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Last week, on the block. This week, HOH. It's a different house. I got a different view of people, and people definitely have a different view of me. Oh, how the tables have turned. It might be risky, but I have to stick to my plan, and I have to break up a duo in this house and make the house realize that this is an individual game. As head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. My first nominee is Rohan. My second nominee is Kyle. Rohan, you're going on the block this week because last week when I went on the block, you disrespected me, and afterwards, I didn't feel that was a heartfelt apology. Kyle, I felt your apology was sincere, and I believe you regretted your actions, but I believe that if you were to play in the power of veto while you're not on the block next to Rohan, you would take him down. Where I come from, respect is everything. An apology in Big Brother doesn't really mean that much. This nomination ceremony is complete.
I'm on the block, and that's part of the game. I get it. But what I do not appreciate is Kiefer's speech. He likes to preach respect, but at the end of the day, he can't give it, despite the fact that I really haven't done anything to him in this game.
I'm not surprised. I'm on the block next to Ro. Terrible, terrible decision. Does he think he has Jed and Ty? Because he doesn't. 6 people just kept you. Wake up, man.
Who will win the power of veto? Will Kyle or Rohan fight their way off the block? Find out Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
shut up.
Oh my God.
My identity may be obscured, but I still hold all the power. And as the invisible head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. My first nominee is Austin.
Wow.
My second nominee is Brayden. I have nominated each of you for very good reasons, which unfortunately for you will remain a mystery.
Whoa.
This nomination ceremony is complete.
I won't be touched, sorry.
Whoever put me on the block, A, you're a coward. B, you're just like a mean person for, double dipping me on slop and on the block. I'm not happy about this, and karma's gonna get you.
I'm not happy right now. This is worst case scenario. I'm on slop, I'm on the block, I'm there with my best friend. So I don't want to be touched, I just want to be alone.
God, that was wild. That was wild. I can't believe this. Insane.
Who will win the power of veto? Will Brayden or Austin fight their way off the block? Find out Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
While I have had some heavy influence throughout this game, this is the first time I have had direct power. In order to make my plan this week happen, the entire house needs to be on board, including the nominees. There is such a bigger plan in place as long as everything goes as planned. As head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. My first nominee is Tara. My second nominee is Rohan. Tara, I have chosen to nominate you simply because this is a numbers game. There's not that many people to choose from. Therefore, you're on the block this week, but you're not my target. Rohan, I have chosen to nominate you this week because it's been made clear to me that you are coming for me and the people that I'm working with. I'm not afraid of you, but that is an obvious issue. I'm giving you both the opportunity to fight for the veto because I think you're both valuable players. But as we're creeping up to day 40, maybe we can actually start talking about some game.
This nomination ceremony is complete.
Officially, this is 4 times on the block for me. I'm used to it. The seat's still warm from the last time I was there. But I'm really hoping that I'm not actually the target. I'm pretty confident that Beth can see that I'm actually good for her game.
I came here to thrive. I want to win the veto, and I want to take myself off. The gloves are officially off. I need to start winning in this game.
Who will win the power of veto? Will Tara or Rohan fight their way off the block? Find out Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right, house guests. Kiefer, as the new head of household, you have an incredibly important and difficult decision to make right now. I know you've had almost no time to think about it, but you must nominate 2 of your fellow house guests for eviction. Please stand and tell us who the first nominee is.
Rohan.
Respect.
Thank you. And your second nominee?
Brayden.
Thank you. Rohan and Brayden, you are now both up for eviction. We'll be back to you in just a couple of minutes.
Jeez, this is nuts.
Wow.
Did we still get the slow-mo or no?
Yeah.
This week as HOH, my goal is to take out a wild card who I think will be standing in the way between myself, Tashawn, and Beth getting to the final 3. Making the right move this week is important. We feel like this is our game to lose, and there is no room for error. As head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. My first nominee is Tara. My second nominee is Tina.
Good, so good.
I've chosen to nominate you, Tara, because you said my name throughout the entirety of this game. Your actions over the last couple of weeks have kind of pinned you as an emotional player and a wild card, which are 2 very dangerous traits in this game. I've chosen to nominate you, Tina, because although we have a very strong personal relationship, our game talks have often been very surface level. Seeing how close you are with Tara, I would have to assume that you'd make similar decisions to her moving forward, which puts my game at risk. Good luck this week, TNT. Boom goes the dynamite. This nomination ceremony is complete. I put TNT on the block this week, but I may have something bigger planned up my sleeve. Just wait and see, Canada.
Who will win the power of veto? Will Tina or Tara fight their way off the block? Find out Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
The trio has been sitting pretty this entire game, and now is the perfect time to take a shot at one of them. While making a big move is imperative, I also have to worry about my safety next week. I need to ensure that when I take my shot, I do not miss. As head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. My first nominee is Jedson. My second nominee is Beth. I have chosen to nominate you, Jedson, because you have proven to be a very powerful and influential player in this game. Not to mention, last week, you sent my #1 packet. I have chosen to nominate you, Beth, because as much as I would love to trust you, I also know you are as equally powerful as Jedson. When both of you were in a position of power, you put my game at jeopardy, and I'm simply returning the favor. There is a crucial power of veto up for grabs, and I wish you the best of luck in fighting for it for yourself. This nomination ceremony is complete.
Tara girl, you really messed up with this one. We're gonna stay this week. You can't play next week, and you'll be going home. I'm sorry. Your 15 minutes of fame are about to come to an end.
I just hit the block on day 49. They finally got me. Oh, Tara, you just blew your only relationship in the house.
Who will win the power of veto? Will Jedson or Beth fight their way off the block? Find out Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Hello, house guests.
Hello.
It's time for the nomination ceremony. Tashawn, as the new head of household, you have a huge decision to make immediately. Please stand and tell us your first nominee for eviction.
My first nominee for eviction is Tara.
And your second nominee.
My second nominee for eviction is Beth.
Tara and Beth, you are both now up for eviction. We'll be back to you in just a couple of minutes.
This is my first HOH this season, and because there's so few people left, it honestly makes the decision even harder. Everyone is playing in the veto this week, so you gotta factor that in when you're making your decision. My mindset is to focus on getting to Final 2. How do I secure my spot in this game? As head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. My first nominee is Beth. My second nominee is Tara.
Feel like we've been here before. Hey, old buddy.
Beth, I've chosen to nominate you because although we've been working closely in this game, some things have gotten back to me. Last week, the plan was to backdoor me so your trio could stay together. I would be foolish to not put you up this week. Tara, you know I love moms. Moms rule the world. But last week when you were HOH, you told me I wouldn't smell the block, and we all know how that ended. So for that reason, I have to put you up this week. I have no doubt in my mind that you both will fight for that veto. So go out there and do the damn thing. This nomination ceremony is complete.
Oh, it's day 55 all over again. We just hit rewind, and the same thing's happening again. Brayden said that the plan was to backdoor him last week, which for about half the week that was true, but the decision was done as a group. Just kind of funny to me that I'm the one sitting up on the block because of it. I am furious that I am on the block. Brayden wasn't supposed to smell the block on my HOH. That was a plan that was cooked up by Kiefer and Ty to get Jedson out. The fact that Ty is just sitting there with that stupid grin on his face is driving me crazy.
I feel so bad. I know. I hate doing this. Listen, it's getting to the point in the game where I literally love every single person here. I am a people pleaser at my core, so I feel bad, like, pissing people off or upsetting people. But again, I know that at the end of the day, it's a game, and lots of people didn't have any issues putting me on the block. I think Beth's crushed.
You had reasons. She tried to finesse you last week.
Literally.
She came to me this morning. She's like, she really regrets Jed going out.
Of course she does. I'll go see Tara. You can come after if you want.
I don't even have energy to go see them.
The most important thing about my HOH this week is that I've secured myself a spot in the final 3, and I have not touched the block all season. We all know that this week is about the veto, because ultimately, it'll determine who I'm competing with in the final leg of this game. As head of household, it is my duty to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. My first nominee is Tara. My second nominee is Kiefer. I've chosen to nominate you, Tara, because you're a strong player and have made some big moves. Numbers are low right now, and I've just run out of options. I've chosen to nominate you, Kiefer, because you've played a great game. We're at the point right now where this is just something I have to do. You have both played this game with loyalty, honesty, and respect, which says a lot about your characters. We know that this week comes down to the veto, so good luck to you both. This nomination ceremony is now complete.
Rare, Tiger.
This feels way different than any other time I've ever been on the block. I almost feel safe. All I have to do is win a veto to get to that finish line.
You're right, Ty. I am a strong player, and I will take all my mom strength to this power of veto competition. I came here to win this game.
Who will win the power of veto? Will Kiefer or Tara fight their way off the block? Find out Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.